a jolly morning. Would you like to try a peach mango pie with a side of a weekly Miles Edgeworth kissing appointment? Because if you do, then let's go ahead and get started.
Yeah, hey everyone. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hope you guys are all doing good today. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Henrik, congratulations on being first. Welcome in. CB, hello. Hiya, hey. Hi, Maddie. Good morning to you. And Lyra. Hiya. Go some peaches and mangoes. What's making you think of that today? Well, welcome in, guys. Happy Sunday. I am so happy to be here. I'm feeling a little bit tired, but I made sure to start stream a little bit later so that I had time to go get some food and get everything I needed to. We finally got our Christmas tree yesterday. Oh, you guys are using natural Christmas trees? Like the, not, what is it? Like synthetic? Not synthetic, than the ones that you don't build up. Like you just buy them straight up and then you throw them away after Christmas? That's what you said? I said peaches and mangoes? Did I? You guys use real trees? That's really cool. My family just always uses the ones that you build up every year, just because shmoney, you know? But I love the scent of like real trees, right? Like the, what is it? Like balsam pine. It's a very just like fresh scent. I like it a lot. So I usually get like candles of stuff like that. Actually, today's the last day for Bath & Body Works' candle sale. Maybe I should go stop by after. Hello, Moo. Welcome in. Hiya, hey. Hello. What was I gonna say? I just got back from the bakery. You guys saw on Twitter. I went to this really lovely bakery that I like going to sometimes. And they have these really cute pastries. I've shown it quite a few times, but I like showing it just because it's a really cute bakery. Oh my god, you're so right. I'm so used to just muscle memory saying it's a jolly day, would you like to try a peach mango pie, forgetting that that's actually like peach and mango. I'm just like, yeah, what's peach and mango? Very fresh. It's nice to wake up since my room is so close to the room. You get the oh my god, that's so cool. You get to like wake up and smell the fresh pine. You get to like live that like protagonist fantasy. But here's some of the baked goods that we got. So I didn't get all of them, but this is like some of the stuff they have. So they have these like bacon breads, they have French toast, chocolate Danish, matcha almond, or not almond, it's anpan, so like red bean bread. There's like oyaki mentai caviar, so it's like a mochi bread with like fish roe in it, fish egg, cinnamon rolls. We have like this like melon pan with matcha, turkey cheese croissant. And then the other thing that they have that's really cute is they have these like emojis or emoji breads. Yeah, it was really yummy. The raspberry cream cheese cube looks really good. I want to try it. So I have to try it next time. But I got myself some really yummy bread. I got like salt and butter rolls. Oh my god, Hero Style, hi! Congratulations to Kiro for raising over $1,500 for the Crisis text line. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy that you were able to fundraise so much. Thank you so much for having me on your Thankmas streams. But most importantly, I'm sure everyone is so excited to see your spicy art and your future cover song coming soon. Congrats, Kiro Style. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for having me. Oh my god, this weekend has been so busy and stressful for me. And then I was like, I'm so excited to collab with my best friend, only for the games to be so stressful. But I still had so much fun. It was really awesome. Yeah. The VODs are still available, but I joined Kiro this weekend. We were playing Chained Together yesterday, and then we played Overcooked. We played Chained Together 2 days ago, and then we played Overcooked yesterday. Welcome in, May. Hiya, hey. And welcome in, Princess Emily. But yeah, it was really awesome. And then I also was on Duncan Poem's channel yesterday. I participated in his VTuber tournament in Rock, Paper, Scissors, and I made it to the second round, and then I lost. But it was really fun. I got to play against some really, really, really cool VTubers, so you guys can check that out on YouTube as well. And yeah, it was a really, really great time. But yeah, I have my bread with me. I have a matcha rose latte, so it's like matcha latte with rose petals and vanilla cream foam. So I have a little bit of caffeine in me today. We are starting the final case of the first game in Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations. So, oh, new items locked in gallery. What? Oh, is it the CGs from the previous case? Do I get to see Gummy? Do I get to see Gummy? What do we have here? Accolades. His art is so funny. He's just like, oh, they tell you the objectives on what you need to do? Wow. Gummy! Whoa, the final case has that many CGs? He looks so cute here. Good morning, Blue Moss. Hi, hey, hey. Not the gun! Diva. The gun, it's so funny. Thank you for the head pats, Lyra. The way his art looks so... it looks so funny. It's not bad art by any means, but it just, compared to the other sprites in this game, the quality of it looks a little bit lower. Like, any CG that Edgeworth is in, he has to look good. Even this Gumshoe one, he looks a little bit rough. Like, it looks not as, attentive as, like, any of the CGs that show Edgeworth. But anyways, these are all from the first game, so the final case is gonna have a lot of CGs, it looks like. I was also warned that the final case is really long, so I don't know how many streams it's gonna take. I'm gonna take my time through it. We're gonna at least do the intro section of this case, because I do need to go get my car checked today, because my tires, they're not popped, but my tire, I think, is leaking. I like literally filled it up with filled up the tire pressure yesterday, and then I got the warning that like the tire pressure is low again. So I'm just like, oh god. If anyone knows about how much a tire repair is gonna cost, I gotta prepare myself to take the brunt of it. Oh, Lang? 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 He looks so funny here. He's so hot. He really looks like Wolverine. He's got a slouch. Oh, he looks, the DS sprite looks so funny. His chin, his nose. It's okay, I have bad posture too, Queen. The judge. Callisto you, that's mother. Add the 3, carry the 4, minus the 15, triple the 8. What? Gummy! Miles Edgeworth, 7 years ago. Manfred von Kamm, detective, man in black. This guy. I'm sorry, it's so easy for me to be attracted to any Ace Attorney men. Like, even these generic cops. He said tire costs. I just wanted to do a little bit. Wow, I am so not here right now. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm saying things and then they kind of just go out one ear. What am I missing? It's saying that there's something that I'm missing here. Oh, the confrontation stuff. No, Lang! I wish he had art! I wish he had art! All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's start the next case. Title, selection. Episode, select. Episode 5, Turnabout Ablaze. Episode 5, Turnabout Ablaze. 2 cards. 1 of the Black Raven. And 1 of the White Raven. A country torn in 2. 1 to the west, and 1 to the east. And those which were split are made whole again. The truth will reveal itself. It's the Yatsugarasu! The Yatsugarasu's here! You, accursed Yatagarasu! K, you! Eight hours earlier. March 14th, 10:17 a.m. High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. It's so nice. Almost dreamlike to finally have the chance to relax and sip some tea. Especially after what a whirlwind the past few days have been. Yeah, you have to remember that everything that's been happening in this entire game has been over the course of like 2 to 3 days. On my return flight, I was dragged into a case involving an Interpol agent's murder. The next day, I investigated a kidnapping and a murder at the Gatewater Land theme park. And later that night, a detective's dead body welcomed me back to my office. Along with a thief who was out to pilfer files related to a case from 10 years ago. How did I manage to find myself in the middle of so many cases back to back? Well, at least I have today. All I ask is that I will be allowed to spend it quietly. This is the same energy as that one quote, Mr. Edgeworth! Mr. Edgeworth! He has this one quote where he's like, what is it about me that appeals to the female masses?
This is big! Big, I tell you! Hey, what's wrong with you? Where's your enthusiasm?
And suddenly the phrase, the fragility of dreams, comes to mind.
What are you talking about, fragile dreams? Come on, let's go! The fake Yatsugarasu isn't gonna find herself, you know?
Well, if you must know, it's possible that I was paid a visit last night by your fake.
Say what?
Unfortunately for you, the thief managed to escape. But even now, we're still looking for this criminal. However, I must warn you that we've only had a few hours to search so far. So I must insist that you be patient on this one, Kay.
What's with you today? Are you sure you aren't sleep talking to me right now? Anyway, I've got something much more important that I want you to see.
Oh, and that is?
Take a look at this!
On March 14th, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret. That's quite a bold declaration to send to an embassy.
suppose it was inevitable that a newspaper would catch wind of this.
The date the card mentions is today.
Today, huh?
Come on, we've gotta hurry. The embassy awaits.
I suppose it is quite an urgent matter. However, do you know which country's embassy we should be investigating?
Well, it's some really special country, and I'm actually really fuzzy on the details. But never mind that. Where's all your energy? Why are you so lackadaisical today?
I'm not, Kay. You're just too wound up.
Well, then you should get wound up too. Because this just might be our chance to catch that woman.
You mean Miss Yu? The woman who killed Kay's father, Byrne Faraday, 7 years ago. Callisto Yu. She claimed to be the great beef Yatagarasu, and then disappeared from the courtroom.
She makes me so mad! The phony!
Why are her earrings like that? Like what?
Everyone knows that the real Yatagarasu would never send something like a calling card. Until a company's underhanded dealings are made public. The target is always totally unaware that the Yatagarasus paid them a visit. That's what makes the real Yatagarasu so awesome!
Oh, the judgment scales.
The Yatagarasu's card that's shown in this article. It looks to me as though it could be genuine.
See, that's the thing. Whoever it is, that person isn't the real deal, but has knowledge of the Yatagarasu. If this isn't a clue that the woman's involved, then that nothing is. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Out the door you go.
Wait, there are a few preparations I must make before we go. There's something interesting about this card we found last night here in my office. It's of a different color than the one in the article, which makes me wonder why.
What's up? Any reason why you're boring a hole through the newspaper with your eyes?
Tell me why. I saw the word boring, and the first thing I thought of. Wait, not that one.
Not the boar worms. Not the boar worms. Grog,
What are the boar worms?
the boar worms are the worms and stuff.
Yeah, the first thing I thought of was Charmed.
No reason at all. Very well. Seeing as how Miss Yu is also someone of a special nature to me, I agree there is some merit to be found in investigating this.
I knew you'd come around.
March 14th, 5 p.m. Theatrum Neutralis.
Welcome in, Ash Frost.
By the light of this night's glorious moon. We are ready!
Ready to embark on our nightly coming.
And this is where our tale begins.
Oh my god, we went to go see Wicked.
What a coincidence. Who would have thought that a Steel Samurai stage show would ever be held at such an elegant theater inside a foreign embassy where they also were playing Wicked live?
Yeah, the climax was really awesome. Steel Samurai Sushi Slash! I got chills down my spine when he pulled that move out.
I suppose it really is more impactful to watch a show in person more than in television.
I have to say though, this embassy is set up kind of funny. I mean, they have two countries sharing the same building.
Well, as you said yourself, this place and the countries and its houses are very special.
Oh, Edgeworth is always holding space for Steel Samurai.
Even this theater is special in that it is a neutral zone shared by the two countries.
So let me get this straight. The Steel Samurai show just now is being sponsored by one of the two countries.
I still don't know what holding space. I don't think anyone knows what holding space means. Ariana doesn't know. Cynthia doesn't know. The interviewer doesn't know.
That one, the one that's called the Kingdom of Alabast, right?
Yes, it would appear that the Steel Samurai is very popular in that country as well.
Seems that way. But you know who I'm really into? The Jammin' Ninja. The Republic of Babal is sponsoring a Jammin' Ninja stage show. That's something for fangirls like you and me. We've totally got to see that too, Mr. Edgeworth. The Jammin' Ninja show is gonna kick the Steel Samurai show's rear end.
Remind me, is Jammin' Ninja, is that Matt or is that the other guy? It's the other guy, right? The good guy. Yeah, okay, it is. It's Juan.
You know, ever since I first met this girl, I've always had this inkling that what she really wants to be is not a thief, but rather a ninja.
So anyway, about today's event, what's it called again?
The Kingdom of Alabast versus the Republic of Babal Goodwill Jubilee. The small European countries of the Kingdom of Alabast and the Republic of Babal. These two countries used to be a single entity that was abundant with nature. And it was called the Principality of Kotopia.
Oh my god, just like the last case.
Is everything all right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, I'm all right. Moving on. After a period of civil unrest, the country split in two, through signs of their past remain. Those signs of their past remain. For example, their flags preserve the flower and butterfly motifs to this day. Kotopia, huh? The KG-8 incident, and what was referred to as the second KG-8 incident, in which an embassy staff member was murdered. Both of these cases were related to the Principality of Kotopia. In the 7 years that have passed, the country may have split into two. However, the Yatagarasu still sent a calling card here. What could it all mean?
Mr. Edgeworth, I know you're thinking something.
Oh, excuse me. What were we talking about again?
If you could please stop spacing out on me. Anyway, we were talking about the Alabast versus Babal Goodwill Jubilee. The two countries had a pretty bad relationship with each other. But supposedly they've been trying really hard to make up recently. That's why they decided to hold this event.
If that's the case, then why versus?
Also, both countries claim to own the real Prime statue and national treasure to both. They're planning to have them publicly evaluated today to see which one's the real deal.
Hey, did I remind you to take care and not succumb to your thieving desires?
Well, when it comes to treasure, I can't help myself. You know that.
You'd better be saying that in jest.
Hey, I can read your body language, you know, and you've got it all wrong. Look, I'm here to do some investigating. Investigating, I tell you.
I know. And although we don't know if the Yatagarasu will really make an appearance, I suppose we should still spend some time examining this place.
Oh my god, we're gonna go buy merch! Wait, I didn't want to save there. Wait, does the save say it's Steel Samurai Daddy? What? What is going on in this game? Okay, that's good. All right, now give me a dramatic slam right there. Stop! Hey, do you mind? Get out of the way, buddy. Okay, once more. In 3, 2, 1, action! Oh no. I see someone I don't want to talk to.
Okay. Was that my fault just now?
He's obviously working. I guess we should leave him alone.
Oh god.
And we're here reporting live from the Theatrum Neutralis.
As you can see, tonight's audience is full of enthusiasm.
Let's see what this member of the audience has to say.
Well,
Okay, that was good. Let's do one more run through.
Excuse me, but when you're ready to film for real, would you mind giving me a call? I sense that she didn't hear a single word I just said. It appears that the child is watching a video from the first season of The Steel Samurai.
Go! Keep on fighting until your last breath! Go, my hero! The Steel Samurai!
Completely absorbed in the singing the theme song, I see. I'll let the child watch in peace. This is the perfect angle! Huh? Go, my image! Travel across the wave world and into every TV set around the globe! A more honest approach to appearing on TV might serve your ambitions better. There are pamphlets about the 2 embassies here on this table.
It still looks weird to me.
The country split into 2 a few years back. And they've shared the building and its grounds 50-50 ever since.
Oh? I guess it's because they don't have the money to build 2 separate ones, huh?
I should think that's not the reason why, Kay. I suppose I'll just help myself to one of these. What is all the hubbub?
Hey, look! It's the Steel Samurai! And he's got his son, the Iron Infant, with him!
The Iron Infant? Oh my god, I'm so glad I don't have to talk to Lotta. I really hope I don't have to talk to her. I really don't want to see her. But I do kind of want to see what Edgeworth's interactions with her are. No.
May I speak with you for a second? It's... Oh, the Steel Samurai.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you glaring at him for?
Please excuse me. It's just that I've never seen a superhero up close before.
To Mr. Edgeworth, Steel Samurai Daddy, married man of Neo Old Tokyo?
It looks like he's written something down for you.
To Edgeworth, from Steel Samurai Daddy, married man of Neo Old Tokyo.
Wow, an autograph! Pretty cool that you got one, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
The Steel Samurai's autograph.
Mr. Steel Samurai, Ambassador Alba's waiting for you.
And now the Steel Samurai will proceed to enter the kingdom of Alabas to shake the hand of the ambassador. The Steel Samurai isn't only here for 2 countries tonight, but rather can be thought of as a goodwill ambassador from our own country as well.
There he goes, off to spread goodwill to the world.
You think there's fan art of Steel Samurai cabadoning Edgeworth? Oh, 1,000,000%.
He really does seem like a goodwill ambassador, doesn't he?
Okay, we're shooting the next segment now. Cue camera! In just a few seconds, the Jammin' Ninja stage show is set to begin. After the show, the Jammin' Ninja will enter the Republic of Babal. He is set to meet with the ambassador of Babal at that time.
Ah! The Jammin' Ninja show about to start! We better get back to our seats!
Regrettably, I don't have much of an interest in ninjas.
Well, the show will change your mind. Come on, we have to hurry. If we miss even a second of the Jammin' Ninja's awesome playing, I'll never forgive you.
I feel like we should go see... No, you know what? I don't need to. I don't care.
I suppose you're not about to give me much of a choice here, are you, Kay?
That is cute, though, that the cameos are kind of optional.
I could listen to that ninja marked for Death's lullaby song all day. His superb playing and that sad melody really brought a tear to my eye. And his heart-wrenching voice. Now that's the Jammin' Ninja's greatest weapon. Ah! Those pieces of Jammin' Ninja merchandise over there! I've got to have them! I especially want the hair sticks they're selling exclusively at these shows. They're exactly like the ones the heroine, Princess Misola, wears in her hair.
Anyway?
Anyway? Hold it right there, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes?
You're thinking of going home, aren't you?
Well, it doesn't seem likely that the Yatagarasu will be making an appearance tonight. Most likely, it was simply a prank.
No way! I just know the Yatagarasu will show!
But I thought you said that the Yatagarasu doesn't send calling cards.
Yeah, I did, but...
I figured from the very beginning that this would wind up being a wild goose chase.
But that card she sent was a genuine fake calling card!
A genuine fake.
Well, how can I word this? The Yatagarasu's mark that's on the calling card is exactly the same as my mark. Get it now?
We've got a problem! The Yatagarasu's been spotted in Alabast! What?
You hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? Ha! So you finally decided to show yourself, you phony! Hey, what gives?
I'm sorry, but I will need to search you before you may enter.
What the? Hey! The Steel Samurai just waltzed straight in without one? Now if you don't hurry up and let me through, my phony's gonna escape!
Okay, a country's embassy is considered to be part of the country itself. If you don't go through the proper procedures to enter the country.
Mr. Edgeworth! I'm going to enter through Babal and climb over the wall into Alabast!
Hold it!
You would tell a prosecutor straight out that you intend to illegally enter another. Kay, are you listening to me?
Kate Faraday, and I'm coming through!
Yes, and welcome. Someone stop her! Anyone! March 5th, 14th, 6:12 p.m. Open air stage. Kay, where are you? Don't tell me you really found some way to over this fence.
Fire! This is too big for us to handle!
Looks like the Yatagarasu came to Babal, too. You accursed Yatagarasu! Kay! You'd better be all right, wherever you are. March 14th, 6:45 p.m. Babali's Embassy, Secretariat's office.
I told you it wasn't me!
Hold it! Kay, are you all right?
Do I look alright to you? Now, can you do something about this woman?
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe, what is the meaning of this? Well, sir, it's, this. He's...
It wasn't me! He was already dead when I ran in here, hung on the heels of the fake Yatagarasu! Look, I only came in here because I saw a suspicious person at the open air stage!
A suspicious person?
A long black coat and hood over their head! I dare you to tell me that's not suspicious! When I saw that person, I immediately thought they must be the fake Yatagarasu! So I chased after them into the embassy, then into here, and then I lost sight of them! But I just know that person is the one who did it!
What are you so worked up over? There's no reason for you to be this loud.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're Agent Lang's secretary. Sheena, I believe your name is, correct? And if you're making an arrest, I assume you have evidence that it was Kay who committed the crime? Is that also correct? You refuse to answer?
Welcome in, Tsuki. I don't need to answer. You are merely a prosecutor in this country, meaning you have no investigative authority.
Hey, pal! Just what the heck does what you just said mean? If it happened here, it's all under Mr. Edgeworth's jurisdiction. The end. And seeing as how this building is sitting on our own soil, we can investigate wherever we'd like. Unfortunately, Detective Gumshoe, embassies are a different matter. Oh? This office is considered to be a part of the Republic of Babal, which means that anything that happens in here defaults to the control of the Babalese government and Babalese law, giving them exclusive extraterritorial rights. Extraterrestrial rights? Sir, do you really believe that truth is out there? Basically, our country's laws do not apply inside the embassy of another country. That's what was agreed to by our respective governments. Our authority to investigate was effectively nullified the second we entered this place, which means we can do little here in this situation. No way, sir!
Please leave this matter in Interpol's hands and go home.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Hey, you're not... Mr. Edgeworth?
Hold it! In that case, allow me to join your investigation. Oh!
Miss Von Karma! Ah!
Ambassador Paleano, I appreciate you allowing me to join the investigation. It's really nothing. Manny was my secretariat, so of course I want to help you as much as I can. In fact, it's a blessing that Interpol agents were able to make it so quickly.
Francisca.
Well, well. I never imagined I'd meet you here of all places. This is an embassy, meaning you have no authority to conduct.
Hold it!
Oh, ready? What is it?
Ambassador Palaeno. And you are? I'm Miles Edgeworth, public prosecutor. I ask that you please allow me to investigate this case as Miss Von Karma's assistant. Assistant?
Miles! What the heck do you think you're?
Please, I implore you, Ambassador Palaeno. Very well. I'll be counting on the two of you, Miss Von Karma and Mr. Edgeworth. What did you mean by you'll be Miss Von Karma's assistant? I don't exactly have a choice, do I, Detective? If I don't become Francisca's assistant, I can't participate in this investigation.
There you go again, running the mouth with that aloof expression on your face.
Leo, thank you so much for following and joining the Konstellations. Welcome in.
Francisca, please.
I don't know what you're planning quite yet. But at least I do know one thing. That you are now my subordinate. Just remember that my whip is always ready to wake you, should you have a brain lapse.
Of course. I'll keep that in mind.
If you're done playing games.
Right. Let's begin the investigation. Babalese Embassy, Secretariat's office. By the way, Detective, I suppose it's a bit late to be asking, but why are you here?
Welcome in, Juan.
Well, better late than never, I guess.
And welcome in, Leo. Can we give Leo a warm welcome for being new here in the chat?
I was placed on guard duty for the Babalese Embassy today.
And welcome in, Kite. Everyone's coming in now.
And why are police guarding an embassy? Well, on account of the car they got from the Yatagarasu. They called us up and asked for our help, sir. Oh, and because we've been searching for the Yatagarasu these past 7 years. It was more or less mutually beneficial agreement, if you ask me.
Except for how mutually unbeneficial this has to be.
Except for how mutually unbeneficial this has all turned out to be, I suppose. It looks like you failed to competently perform your guard duty yet again. I look forward to your next salary negotiation, although it is out of my hands. But, sir, if it gets cut anymore, I won't be able to buy even instant noodles anymore.
This guy's like Jesus posing. It's not even a T pose.
Miles Edgeworth!
What is it?
Let me tell you something. You're currently my subordinate. And if you wish to convince everyone else of that, you will speak to me with respect.
What's with the giddy glint in her eyes? I don't think that will really be necessary, Francisca.
Oh, really? Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that you're still under me.
I thought Francisca was flying around the world in pursuit of the smuggling case. So then why is she here at this embassy?
I was investigating at the Alabastian embassy when I got wind of this mess.
Ah, that's right. The Yatagarasu was due to appear at the embassy as well.
Yes, but the difference is that we didn't have a fire over there. Although there was an incident at the Alabastian embassy as well. But I left Agent Lang in charge of that case and came over to the Babalese embassy.
Ah, so Agent Lang is here as well, huh?
I see you've met.
Well, he's in the Alabastian embassy acting as bodyguard for the Ambassador Alba. However, he seems to have a different reason for being there. It's so that he can see me! Lang! So the suspect in the murder that occurred in this office is that little girl I see. Is she perhaps trying to be the Yatagarasu?
Kay would never harm a soul, sir!
Kay.
You remember, do you not? About the case we investigated together 7 years ago? That girl is the daughter of the victim in that case, Mr. Faraday.
So, she's that feisty little girl.
Kay's been on the trail of the Yatagarasu, which is how she ended up here. Looking for the one who took her father's life.
I see.
Kay's trying so hard, but you know what? The Yatagarasu just keeps on tricking us all! How so? The Yatagarasu sent a card saying, "I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret." But all we have is an arson and a murder! The lab boys are going in circles! You know what this is, sirs? It's a breach of contract, and it's going on the rap sheet!
If you ask me, I'm perfectly fine with the fact that nothing was stolen tonight.
I do wonder, though, if Callisto Yu really is the Yatagarasu.
Von Karma gives so much sass. That's what she's here for. She's that girl. I can't believe that Manny fell among thieves tonight. Without him, I have no idea what my schedule for tonight is.
Ambassador Paleno, I believe your schedule tonight will consist of listening to reports from the police. That, and only that. I ask you to cooperate not only for your own sake, but for Mr. Cochin's as well. You're a rather strong man, aren't you?
Ooh, how fascinating.
Here, I know it isn't much, but I'd like you to have these. I'm sorry, but it would be against my principle to accept a bribe.
Oh, no. These are simply coupons we distribute to promote Babal. Remember, we offer a large number of discounts and offers when you visit lovely Babal.
Ah, now I remember. The Republic of Babal is known for its feverish tourism industry. I was wondering if you might tell me a bit about the deceased, Manny Cochin.
He was my secretary at the embassy secretariat, charged with running the whole place. He was an admirable man. His death is a great loss to our country. He was in charge of everything: accounting, printing, taking care of our national treasures.
I'm sorry, but did you say printing?
Our country's primary source of revenue is our tourism industry. So in order for us to print the necessary pamphlets, flyers, coupons, etc., we have a printing press here at our embassy.
I see. Please excuse my forwardness. However, I feel I should mention that I have the distinct impression that I've met him before.
Oh, yes. Since you are of the legal profession, I suppose you just might have. After all, Manny was involved in the KG-8 incident.
The KG-8 incident?
The defendant who was found innocent in that case was Manny.
So your Mr. Cochin is the same man as the one in that case.
It's been 10 years. Manny recovered personally from that case and dove enthusiastically into this job. He was the one who planned this event and was to oversee the embassy's renovations. It really is a shame. He had such a bright future ahead of him.
What exactly did you mean earlier by renovations?
We can't have tourists and visitors to our embassy think we're a poor nation, can we? So, renovating the embassy is something of an investment. We may have a rather paltry budget, but we're trying our best to make do. However, I guess the only person who could have helped us do our best is no longer with us.
Kay, are you alright?
Believe me, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? You don't think that I did it, right?
Yes, of course I don't. And I promise to prove that it wasn't you.
That's enough chit-chat. You can investigate all you like, but it's only a matter of time before we take her in. It would be wise of you to give up while you can.
No, I don't think so. Kay isn't lying, and my investigation will prove that to be true.
Go ahead and try then, if you're that confident.
I can't allow this to continue on this way. I must prove her innocence post-haste. Sorry, but Interpol...
Oh, my body's still waking up.
Sorry, but Interpol is still conducting its investigation beyond this point. I'm a subordinate of Miss Von Karma. Is there some reason why I'm being denied access? My superior clearly stated, don't you dare let anyone near the site. You got it? If I let you examine the site, my superior would get really angry at me. You know, Mr. Edgeworth, I feel really bad for the guy, so why don't we do as he says? Yes, I suppose we might as well. So our victim was the secretariat of this embassy, I take it?
Manny Cochin. I heard he was an admirable person. Very admirable.
The cause of death was a stab to the base of his neck. He was lax in watching his back.
We were fortunate that the fire missed our victim's body for the most part. Thank you for the care package, Kite. I really needed it, so let's go ahead and stand up straight from our seats. We're gonna go ahead and twist our bodies to the left. Twist our bodies to the right. Let's stretch our arms straight up to the sky. Let's roll out that right shoulder. Let's roll out that left shoulder. Very slowly, very gently, let's roll out that neck. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. One more deep breath in. One more deep breath out. Let's go ahead and drink some water. Thank you so much for taking care of me. I need it. If the fire had burned a bit longer, it would have made identifying him a hassle.
So Mr. Cochin was stabbed to death in the middle of a raging fire. What in the world happened inside this room?
You know, you ever put like a jacket or a cardigan or a sweater on the back of your chair and then like it kind of just sinks in and almost like falls into the chair and like the wheels will like run into it? That's like, it's doing that to my cardigan right now and I really don't like that. I need to move my cardigan out of the way.
It's a knife wound.
It's obvious what he was killed with, but I wonder if it's consistent with the wound. Indeed. Take care, May. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Is this knife the murder weapon?
Some preliminary testing has been conducted. According to the results, the blood on that matches the victim's blood. The blade's shape was also found to be consistent with the stab wound.
I suppose that means we know that the crime was committed with this knife.
Why does Sheena almost look like she was drawn by Yusuke Kozaki? It's like the style of like her eyes and like the hair. It almost looks like a Kozaki design.
This knife has got a really fancy ornamentation going on, huh, sir? This thing practically screams artsy at me. Although it's also covered in blood, just like the last thing I said was artsy.
But the handle's pristine. There's not a single drop of blood in it. Speaking of the handle, I believe it has a butterfly motif. It's very beautiful. The Yatagarasu knife!
There appears to be something in his pocket. His key! It can't be. Isn't this the Yatagarasu's key that was stolen 7 years ago?
What? But that's...
Oh, 7 years ago? Oh! You mean that case where I was framed, sir? Yes, it's the piece of evidence that stole the life of Kay's father 7 years ago, which was then stolen by Callisto U. What? Mr. Faraday was killed with this key, sir? I thought he was killed with a knife! Ah!
Scruffy! At the very least, try to remember the details of crimes you were a suspect in.
Francisca, as you will recall, Detective Gumshoe was not present when Miss Yu made her escape. Plus, even among law enforcement, only a few knew of this key's existence. I doubt that a new rookie at the time would have been made privy to such knowledge. I feel like the victim right now, all trampled on, sir.
I suppose I'll just have to fill you in now.
The secret to this key is...
Click it.
Oh, wow, that's amazing, sir. It's like some kind of magic trick. I knew it. This is the same exact piece of evidence that Miss Yu took with her. I remember this beautiful pattern in the blade.
I remember this as well. It's a vine motif, isn't it?
Yes, it looks like two interwoven vines crisscrossing down the blade. Vines, sirs? Looks like a bunch of stars, if you ask me. It's one of those six-sided stars, like the police mark on our IDs. I really don't think you can call these stars. To say that the detective's art sense is underdeveloped would be an understatement.
The real question is why the Babalese Embassy Secretariat was holding this.
Well, we don't know how Mr. Cochin came to possess this key. We do know that this was stolen by the Yatagarasu from the Kotopian Embassy.
That's right. Mr. Faraday had written that fact down in his organizer.
I believe this means that further research is required into the country of Kotopia.
Why don't you ask Ambassador Palaeno what he knows? Supposedly he was a candidate to the next Kotopian ambassador once long ago. He should be able to answer any specific questions you may have. Whew. Before I forget, let me go take some vitamin C, since I have my bottle with me here on my desk. You guys at home, make sure that you are taking your meds if you need to. And if you don't need meds, make sure you're taking vitamin C.
Ambassador Palaeno, I was wondering if I may ask you about Kotopia.
Kotopia? All right, what would you like to talk about?
First, I'd like to ask you about this key.
What about this key?
I found it sticking out of Mr. Cochin's pocket.
I believe it originally belonged to this embassy. Is that correct? Upon closer inspection, it seems that this key is shaped like a butterfly.
That's not all about this key. It is also capable of changing into a knife.
Oh! How fascinating!
Is it possible that the ambassador didn't know about the existence of this key?
In its knife form, there's a flower mark at the base of the blade. I guess this knife might be from when we used to be a part of Kotopia.
Hold it! And how did you come to that conclusion?
It has both of Kotopia's national symbols, the butterfly and the flower. I suppose Manny used this key here at the embassy back when we were still called Kotopia. Ambassador Paleno, this key was stolen from the Kotopian embassy 7 years ago. By Callisto Yu, otherwise known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu.
Oh, really? You were not aware that Miss Yu had broken into this embassy at the time?
I'm sorry I can't be of much help. I'm not very familiar with the details, you see. I only became the ambassador after Babal became its own independent nation. But if Manny were still alive, he would probably know about what happened back then.
Mr. Kochin and Miss Yu knew each other 7 years ago. But that doesn't explain why I found the Yatagarasu's key here in the present.
Ooh, I wish I could stand my desk up, but I'm kind of scared because every time I put my desk up, my internet freaks out and then I disconnect and then I have to, the VOD gets ruined. So I'm just gonna give myself one more additional stretch really fast. It's always when I play this game that my body's just I need to get my blood pumping, you know? I need to get some, motion in. Because all we're doing is reading, which isn't bad. It's just my body. Because this is a national treasure, can I ask that you please not touch it? I'm afraid the only ones allowed to touch it are myself and the Secretariat.
Hold it! But there's a possibility it's related to the murder, wouldn't you agree? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, why don't we give up for now? We can force them to let us investigate it later when we find some solid proof. I suppose I don't have a choice here.
This must be one of the Primidos statues Kay was talking about earlier.
Is it just me, or does this man look like the Steel Samurai? They could be twins.
These shelves are lined with American souvenirs and memorabilia.
It's really strange, isn't it? I mean, I thought this was the Babalese embassy. So, why are there so many American souvenirs, sir?
Perhaps the Babalese are studying American culture and our tourism industry. Wait, so in the Japanese version, is this just Japanese stuff? They have plans to make the Babalese tourism industry truly flourish. And they would need to observe and study other countries' methods, I suppose.
Speaking of tourism, I got these from the blonde guy earlier, sir. He said that if I bring these with me to Babal, I can train him in for a few buffets.
Oh? So how do you expect to travel to Babal?
Well, the whole world is connected by ocean, sir. And for an all-you-can-eat buffet, I'd swim all the way to Babal if I had to.
But, Gumshoe, what if you're the Beefy Boy buffet?
Can a few simple coupons really motivate people to do such fantastic things? It looks like this was once a magnificent grandfather clock, but it has fallen victim to the fire.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, is it okay for me to talk about the clocks in my house, sir?
If they're unrelated to the case, I hope that you will refrain from sharing, but...
Well, there's this one clock that I made by myself, but the timer on it manages to...
That's quite enough, Detective. There's still some burnt objects scattered on the floor. Welcome in, Angora.
Well, burnt things get burnt and they become burnt things, you know?
No, because there's no way to prove that the burnt thing started out as a burnt thing.
Was it a burnt thing or was it not? I have no idea what's anyone anymore, sir.
Yes, I suppose it is a bit hard for someone with a burnt-out light bulb to comprehend!
Hey, it's another butterfly!
I believe it is the symbol of the Republic of Babal.
A drawing this big on the wall of an embassy. It definitely conveys a sense of overwhelming patriotism. Well, I've got a lot of patriotism too, sir. The reason I became a cop in the first place was because I wanted to protect our country.
Gumshoe.
You may want to, Detective. However, I have yet to see the fruits of your desire. You don't have to be so blunt about it, sir.
A small personal safe. This was Mr. Cochin's office. So perhaps he stored his most important documents in here.
Ah, of course it's locked. It appears we won't be able to open it without the key. That's some fireplace. You know, it really gives this place a mansion-like quality, don't you think, sir? Ooh, if these are a staple in every Bubbly's house, then I bet Santa Claus pays them a visit too.
Just how old are you again, Detective? Oh my god, Gummy believes in Santa! Cute! I love him. This autograph is so funny to me. Steel Samurai Daddy. Ooh. Knife. The design on the knife's handle. It greatly resembles a special Bubbly's species of butterfly. It does, doesn't it? Plus it says right here. This knife is property of the Republic of Babal. Perhaps this means that the knife was used in the crime that was found right here in this room? We know for a fact that the Yatagarasu's key was used at this embassy. Furthermore, we found this in the victim, Mr. Cochin's pocket, which leads me to think that perhaps it is the key to the personal safe in this office.
Good thinking, sir. Let's go try it out.
It appears I was correct. The key that was left to us in the victim's pocket literally turned out to be the key to the next piece to the truth. What do we have here?
Hey, there's nothing inside! Do you think the Yatagarasu made off with everything, sir?
Oh my god, Edgeworth emotes, it's so cute. It's from Chris? Oh wow, that's so fun. I didn't know he streamed. No, Detective, I believe all we need is a closer look. What is this here?
Looks like the ripped corner of a piece of paper, sir.
No, I don't think it's ripped. It seems more like to me, like it's stuck inside the safe.
Hey, you're right. It won't budge an inch, not even when I tug on it. But I don't think I've ever seen paper stuck on the inside of a safe before.
Hold it!
Detective, I think you have it backwards. It's not the paper that's strange.
It's the safe. What do you mean? What I mean is that the secret to the safe is... even just eyeballing it, you can see that the inside is a bit too shallow. Furthermore, with the unnatural way the paper is stuck at the back of this safe, I'd say that there's an extra bit of space behind the back wall to this safe. In other words, this safe has a second compartment. What?
I suppose that you are correct in asserting that the paper is stuck in an unnatural manner. However, if what you say is correct and there is a second compartment, how do we go about opening the door to it then? As you can see, there's no other lock or keyhole in sight.
Actually, there's one more spot of interest to me on this safe.
Oh?
Yes, and I believe that this spot is the keyhole to our second mystery lock.
Ooh. Save my game. Save my game. The safe and its locks. All right, then, since you're so sure of yourself, show me how you deduced your answer. Wait, what do I have? What do I have?
There's a lot of skilled detailing on this handle. It would appear that the handle on this knife is removable. I guess so people can change them whenever they feel like it. Sounds like fun, sir.
I don't think that people would remove the handle just for fun, Detective.
So this is what took Mr. Kochen's life. Some of his blood is still on the blade. Wow, I've been a detective for 7 years already? I've seen a lot of weapons in my days. But knives are what used to kill are always the hardest for me to bear.
Yes, unlike guns, this is one weapon where you're likely to find the victim's blood on it.
Yeah, just like how this one is practically drenched in it, huh, sir?
Despite that, it looks like the blood managed to miss the handle somehow. So if the handle is replaceable, then the handle is used to open the compartment?
Eureka!
No.
Eureka!
The load of shame.
Looks like such a serious safe, but there's not a scrap of paper inside. Which reminds me, the safe in your office is just as empty, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's merely a coincidence that both safes are empty, Detective.
Well, make it a triple coincidence because my piggy bank at home is empty too.
I don't think there's anything coincidental about that, Detective. Okay, maybe I don't have everything yet. Oh, we're not done looking at it.
Manny Kochin. I've seen him before.
He was a suspect in the KG-8 incident.
I saw him talking with the elder sister of the victim of that case, Miss Callisto Yu.
I wonder if there's a connection between his murder and the KG-8 incident. Okay, now we're done looking at him. Oh!
The ceiling fan must have fallen from the ceiling. A ceiling fan? What does one of those do? Exactly what it sounds like it does. It's a fan that is installed on one ceiling. Well, if I had one of those in my room, I bet I'd go dizzy from staring at it as I slept. Detective Gumshoe, in the real world, we close our eyes when we sleep.
I thought the ceiling fan fell from the bookshelf.
Miss Von Karma, what do you think of this piece of evidence?
Well, since you asked so nicely as my subordinate, I'll answer you.
However, as your superior, I must also make sure that my subordinates grow on the job. Therefore, please gather your own thoughts together first and then try presenting again.
A simple I don't have any thoughts about that would have sufficed.
It appears that he died of a stab wound. Ah! Whoever did this had a lot of nerve! I just can't fathom what could have led the killer to turn a knife against a man!
And I just can't fathom what the prosecutor lashing out with her whip is thinking.
Would you mind not pointing that in my direction? It's dangerous.
And anyway, why are you showing it to me?
I have no particular reason.
If you have no reason, don't you bring that dangerous object near me! Do you understand?
Is she really that oblivious to the irony in that statement? She lets loose that dangerous whip of hers for no reason all the time.
Would you mind not... Oh. What about your prosecutor's badge? I have one too, you know.
Ah, yes, so you do. But seeing as I'm not currently a proper prosecutor, I thought I'd give presenting it a try.
Is there any way for you to act towards your superior?
As if threatening a whipping is the proper way of lecturing someone.
Oh.
Mr. Edgeworth, there's still something on this display rack, sir. Knives, huh? Although the blades are all that remain of them, unfortunately. I guess the handles all got burned off by that fire.
So even the knives fell victim to the fire.
Ambassador Polano, are these knives yours?
Why, yes, they are. They are a special set of ornamental knives featuring the national symbol of Babal. These butterfly-themed knives, along with Alabast's own set of knives, are comprised of 3 knives each. But I can't believe the Babalese ones have been reduced to this state.
Ornamental knives, huh? There's a small release on the tang of this blade. Ambassador Polano, what is this notch here for?
Oh, that! It's a feature of these knives where you can freely exchange the handles on them. So that we can change how they look to fit the situation, of course.
I see. So these knives were constructed so that the handles could be easily removed.
A fire in the embassy.
To steal your dirtiest secret. Is it possible that the dirty secret the Yatagarasu was out to steal is in this very room?
Dirty secret.
Francisca, you're in pursuit of some dirty, underhanded dealings yourself, are you not? Something tells me that this is no coincidence.
In that case, then, the person I'm looking for is here in the Babalese embassy, huh?
the head of the smuggling operation.
I think I just might need to ask Francisca about her smuggling case in more depth. Francisca, when we last talked, you said that you were on the trail of a smuggling ring. I suppose the reason you are here right now is related to that?
Yes. After analyzing the intel we've gathered from various countries, this embassy rose to the top of our list of sites to investigate. And this is what tipped us off.
This accounting document?
It's only one page of the whole thing, so we're not sure about all the details. However, it's enough for us to grab onto the tail of the beast. For you see, this type of paper was made only in the Principality of Caldapia, which means that somewhere in the countries of Alabast and Babal is the head. The one pulling the strings behind the entire smuggling ring.
That's Francisca for you. She's amazing, pursuing this case with all she has.
Now do we have it?
Eureka!
No! I still think it's the handles. I think the handles with the knife. Is it the holes? What do we have here? The key. The Babal's Primido statue. Embassy of Alabast, Embassy of Babal, Theatrum Neutralis. Both countries have a Primidu statue, which are the national treasures of each country. They also possess a set of 3 finely crafted knives. Kingdom of Alabast still produces the very luxurious Cotopian paper, which is renowned for its extremely high quality. Republic of Babal, the sole producer of Babalese ink, which is made from wit crystal, known to generously offer coupons. Welcome in, Snowy. Yes, it is lawyer time. Am I missing something? This statue resembles the hero, the Steel Samurai, don't you think? I was thinking, what would you say to changing its name to the Steel Samurai statue? That might just attract a few more tourists to our country if it did, right?
I'm not sure what to think. I thought this thing was a national treasure.
Oh dear. If people were to find out that the murder occurred at our embassy, the number of tourists would plummet, as would our revenues. It'd be a disaster. What are we going to do?
He really does seem worried. Perhaps I should refrain from bringing this up.
Oh, isn't this about our great embassy? Ah, how do you like our pamphlets?
I feel indifferent about them, to be honest. I'm just using this as evidence.
Oh, that's too bad. In that case, I guess we'll just have to try harder to make more charming ones. I just had a flash of inspiration. We should make all of our pamphlets into coupon books!
His expectations of what a coupon can do is just a tad hyper-inflated.
So no one else has anything except for this, but I don't know what would go for this. I don't have any more logic. Why do those guys look like Danganronpa men?
Yes, sir?
While you were on guard duty, did you notice anything unusual?
Well, I was on watch inside the embassy. But unfortunately, I didn't run into the Yatagarasu, sir. But I did talk to an officer who was on duty near the border between the two embassies. He told me that it's not a single person crossed the boundary during the incident. The investigation into the fire and the Yatagarasu are a mess thanks to both events. I'm so confused, sir. Should I be putting the fire out or investigating? What do you think, sir?
Aren't you old enough to solve your own problems yet, detective? I'd like an update on how the investigation is going.
Oh, yeah, well, it's, going, sir.
In other words, no one has any idea of what happened here, correct?
To put it simply, yeah, you got it, sir. But we do know that something happened in this room, sir.
Any moron with a pair of eyes can see what happened, detective.
Well, anyway, let's investigate every single nook and cranny in this room, sir. We've got to get serious, or Kay will end up getting arrested as the killer.
Yes, I am already well aware of that. In order to find out what really happened here in this room, we will need to gather whatever information we can. It's time to take a good look. I don't know what's supposed to go into that safe, though. The key?
Eureka!
Doesn't the shape of this keyhole remind you of something, Francisca? The shape? It does look very familiar. However, I believe it is simply a latch hole for the safe's lock mechanism. It's just for keeping the door shut, nothing more.
Hold it!
Is that so? The person who used this safe, Mr. Cochin, made sure this safe had 2 compartments in order to hide something. Do you honestly think someone like that would allow the keyhole to the hidden half to look so obviously like a keyhole that even the average person could figure it out? You can't be serious. Are you saying that this hole is the keyhole to the hidden compartment of this safe? That's precisely what I'm saying. And I will prove it to you right now. That the Yatagarasu's key is the key that will open it.
Objection!
The Yatagarasu's key? Miles Edgeworth, this had better be a very bad joke. Sorry, but this is no joke. The Yatagarasu's key is the very key that will open the second compartment of this safe. We know that this key opens the first compartment of the safe, but the keyhole you're talking about is of an entirely different shape than that of the key.
We discovered this trick 7 years ago, and with it we were able to corner Miss Yu.
But who would have thought that I'd see this key again after all this time?
Let's go over this again, shall we? The Yatagarasu's key was originally custom made to open Mr. Kochin's safe in the Kotopian embassy. We confirmed that as fact by opening the door to his safe with it. Now let's take a look at the back end of this key. Looking at the knife portion head on, what do you see?
What are you
It appears that you've come to understand what I'm talking about. When viewed head on, this knife's blade is the exact same shape as the keyhole. The real function of the knife portion is to act as the key to the hidden portion of the safe.
But that's preposterous!
Because it looks like a knife and was used like one to kill Mr. Faraday 7 years ago. We fell under the misconception that it was always meant to be a knife. But for the safe and its key to conceal such clever tricks, whatever is hidden inside the secret section must be of incredible importance.
Dun, dun, dun! Then it's even possible that what I've been searching for is inside. Scruffy, hurry up and open that safe!
Yes, sir. Opening it now.
These items, there.
It's a bunch of funny-shaped things. I guess they're pieces of art, huh?
You're in the way! Now move, Scruffy!
I didn't think I was in the way.
These pieces of art! They're identical to the ones that have been stolen from various countries around the world!
I figured as much. These are the treasures this section of the safe was to hide from view. I believe a more thorough examination is required. This is the document that we thought was stuck earlier. I wonder what it's about.
Beats me, sir.
Beats me, sir. Why don't we take a look at it first before we give up, Detective? Why don't we take a look at it first before we give up, Detective? Mr. Kochin's real name is written here on the last page. I wonder what the significance of this document is. These are pieces of art stolen from around the world. I wonder how much they're worth, especially this one.
Scruffy, don't touch those valuable pieces of art with your filthy hands. Why, do you have any idea what would happen to you if one of them were to break?
Is it just me, or did she hit one of the pieces of art just now? Eureka! Take a good look at these documents, Francisca.
Pokemon Wesley. It says that there are 3 pages in total, and yet there are only 2 here.
Correct. Now take a look at the smuggling activity document in your possession. Tell me, is it not possible that your page was taken from this set of 3?
Well, it certainly looks that way.
By putting our multi-part puzzle together, we've seemed to arrive at the same answer. And it seems that you now have found what you were looking for.
Yes, and with this it has become crystal clear that Mr. Kochin himself was responsible for the mass smuggling of Babali's ink! Thank you for the alert, Tsukino.
Babali's ink.
Babali's ink is a special product of the Republic of Babal. However, due to a special reason, only a limited volume is ever exported.
Hold it!
And the reason is?
That's classified. It's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. In any case, it seems the head of the smuggling ring was our victim, Mr. Manny Kochin.
His base was in an embassy. Thus, it was hard for both our country and his to interfere. making it the ideal conditions under which to run a smuggling operation.
But it's so frustrating! I lost the person I was to rain judgment down upon with my whip of justice!
Well, even if he is dead, we still have a responsibility to look into his misdeeds. You expect me to whip a dead man?
Well, I'm not interested.
Francisca, you must know that Manny Cochin was the suspect in the KG-8 incident.
Of course I know! On top of being the head of the smuggling ring, there is the matter of what really happened in the case that needs to be resolved. Investigation complete!
Are you done investigating? You realize now, don't you, that this girl is the only one it could be. Now come along quietly, Yatagarasu. Kay Faraday. You're under arrest for the murder of Manny Cochin.
Mr. Edgeworth! Please, you have to believe me! I didn't do it! I chased the fake Yatagarasu in here! And he was already...
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Hold it!
I'd like to help you reduce the number of mistaken arrests Interpol makes.
What is that supposed to mean?
I believe I told you that Kay Faraday is not the culprit of this crime.
Very well. I suppose I have no choice.
I'll show you just how foolish your claims are.
Why arrest Kay? Even your police confirmed that the Yatagarasu infiltrated the Babalese embassy tonight. Utilizing the confusion caused by the fire, the Yatagarasu snuck into this embassy. Furthermore, this girl claims to be the Yatagarasu, and most importantly, other than her, there was no one else in here with a body.
Your reason for suspecting Kay is because you think she is the Yatagarasu?
Exactly. But it isn't just me. She calls herself the Yatagarasu.
Look how many times how do I have to tell you? I was only out to capture the fake Yatagarasu!
Imposter or not, it matters not. A Yatagarasu is a Yatagarasu.
Very well. Then I shall prove that Kay is not the Yatagarasu who's killed Mr. Manny Cochin.
Go ahead and try. Show me what the prosecutors of this country are made of.
Hold it!
They may have confirmed it, but are you telling me that no one could catch the thief? If so, you are basically admitting that the Yatagarasu that committed murder eluded us.
Of course. I chased after the Yatagarasu that entered the Babalese embassy right away. And that is also why I'm not making this arrest right now. Because at the end of my long chase, there was only this girl. In any case, this is what I believe happened tonight.
Hold it!
The confusion caused by the fire. Are you saying that the Yatagarasu was not the arsonist who started the fire?
A suspicious person in a long coat was spotted in the area. Officers in the area claim to have seen that person start the fire.
It sounds like we have a phantom in our midst. Yeah. In a way, he could be considered a phantom, with the way he randomly appears.
Hold it!
Just because she calls herself that, it doesn't prove that she's a killer.
No, but it does give her a motive. The Yatagarasu sent a card saying, "I will be there to steal your dirty secrets."
Furthermore, there is count documents pertaining to some smuggling activity in this room. She obviously wanted to steal them, so she killed Mr. Cochin for the key.
I see. Her logic is very sound. I expected nothing less of Agent Lang's secretary. However, that statement just now didn't sound right. It might just be the opening that I need.
Give me 1 second. I need to check something and record it real fast. I had to make sure my calendar was right for this week, because I've been having some issues with my calendar lately. Perfect.
Hold it!
So you're claiming that Kay knew that a foreign country's embassy had such documents?
As stated in the calling card, Ayatagarasu was out to steal a dirty secret. Which means that the goal tonight was to steal those smuggling activity documents.
You have it all wrong. It was the fake that sent that card.
Your words are meaningless. If you're truly innocent, then let's see some proof.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I leave it to you to handle this.
Yes, I'd rather you did it. Yatagarasu's goal, huh?
You can claim she's innocent, but you can't change the facts I've already outlined. Wait, what was the one that he said the opening?
Objection!
No! But like 10 seconds of reload just really kills me.
Objection!
Okay, it's time for me to troubleshoot. The game said this is the opening I need. What if it's it, you know?
Objection!
Oh, he has different dialogues for the wrong evidence? That's so funny. I have some breads with me too that I can snack on. Wait.
Objection!
Wait, okay, I don't think this is it. Because Edgeworth was like, this is the opening that I need, but none of these evidences are working.
Hold it!
I really don't think that being the first to discover the body makes her killer by default.
No, but if you saw the self-purported Yatagarasu standing in front of a body, wouldn't you get a little suspicious yourself?
Even so, I'd still listen to what that person has to say before I pass judgment.
Huh? Are you talking about yourself and those times when you were under suspicion?
I think the pain of being falsely accused is something you should really experience yourself. I personally know that feeling really well, sir.
And given my situation, I know exactly what it's like, too.
I'm fine with never experiencing it, ever.
Are you done with your little group conference? So Agent Shina suspects Kei of murder simply because Kei is the Yatagarasu. But if I can prove that the Yatagarasu's goal is not related to murder, then I may be able to begin to reason with her.
Not all of them chiming in. We've got a little misfits club. There was no one else seen with the body. So she killed Mr. Cochin for the key. The body wasn't burned by the fire.
Objection!
My brain's not working, but my taste buds totally are. I'm eating this, like, it's a salt and butter roll with everything. It's like everything bagel? What do you call it? Everything seasoning? I don't even know what's in everything seasoning, but it tastes so good. And it's literally just bread. I don't have any meat to go with it either.
Objection!
Agent Shina, I regret to inform you, but there is a flaw in your logic.
Oh?
Even if you claim that she is the killer and the Yatagarasu, I'm certain that securing the smuggling documents is not the motive behind the murder. The key to the safe in this room was found on Mr. Cochin's body. Furthermore, the Yatagarasu would not be so stupid as to leave without the documents. By the simple fact that the documents were still in the safe when we looked, it's obvious that the killer's target was not the safe at all.
Hold it! Then perhaps she didn't know that Mr. Cochin had that key on it.
Objection!
If that's the case, then why would she have needed to kill him? Because I can think of no reason for her to kill him if she had not known that fact.
Need. Reason. All of this is simply our conjecturing after the fact. It's entirely possible that she accidentally killed him when she was sneaking in. Perhaps she didn't notice the safe second compartment before returning the key. But the fact still remains that Mr. Cochin was stabbed to death.
Objection!
But you have no definitive proof that it was Kei who committed the act.
Actually, I do. I saw her holding the knife she used on the victim with my own eyes.
What?
Allow me to tell you a bit more about the evidence that will put her behind bars.
This roll is so yummy. I ate 3 of them already. I bought 4. I only have 1 more left.
Definitive evidence. The knife wound on the body is consistent with the blade of this knife. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon which the killer was holding. I assume she obtained the knife from the display rack and used it on the victim. The knife is part of a special 3-piece set which has a design like no other.
The evidence and testimony, it all points to the girl. There's no counter-argument.
That is your definitive evidence?
You see now that she's definitely the killer, right?
No! Mr. Edgeworth, you've got to believe me! I saw a suspicious person in a long black coat outside the embassy, I swear!
And you came in here because you were chasing this suspicious person?
That's right! I ran into this office only because I was chasing after that person! But when I entered the room, it was pitch black! I couldn't see a thing! I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the lights, but then... Ah!
Who's there? This is... I came to the room upon hearing the girl scream, and when I saw her holding the knife, I immediately restrained her.
So the object Kay felt by her feet on the floor was the murder weapon?
I had the knife analyzed right away, but we failed to analyze anyone's prints on it.
But the suspicious person in the black coat who came into this room before me...
Hold it! You continue to insist there was such a person, but if there was, where did they go?
I don't know. But I know they came in here.
That sounds like the desperate excuses of a suspected killer, not a trustworthy testimony. You understand, don't you? We can't trust this girl's words, Mr. Edgeworth.
She has a point. Even if Kay's words are the truth, I must show that they are with some solid evidence.
Mr. Edgeworth, I really didn't.
Kay, don't worry. If you didn't do it, then there must be a way for me to prove that.
Still not giving up, I see. In that case, try to counter my argument if you can.
Don't worry. I can, and I will.
Oh my god, this bread is so good. I have to learn how to make these. These have to be easy to make, right? Just put like what? Butter inside the roll? Before you bake it?
Hold it!
Does this mean that you already have the results back?
We've confirmed that the shape of the Baba Lee's knife's blade matches the wound. Please don't confuse the efficacy of the Interpol's forensics team with your own.
Objection!
I won't if you don't underestimate our police force. And so we're clear, I'd hardly say your logic is sound, which you will see in a bit.
If you can prove me wrong, please by all means go ahead.
This has been my intention all along. Now let us return to your testimony.
Hold it!
You mean to say that you saw Kay holding the murder weapon with your own eyes?
Wait, a bread machine? What's a bread machine? I was also on the search for the Yatagarasu. When I heard the girl's scream coming from this room, I rushed over straight away. When I arrived, I saw the girl standing there motionless with the knife in her hands.
But I already told you, I only came in here because I was also after the Yatagarasu. Suspicious person I saw come into this room. But when I entered, it was pitch dark. I felt something by my foot on the floor, so I turned on the lights and then...
You found out that it was the murder weapon at your feet.
How many times do I have to tell you? We can't trust the words of a suspect.
The only thing you'll accept as evidence, is it?
That's the only acceptable way to counter an agent of the Interpol on the scene of a crime.
Mr. Edgeworth, do you have some kind of evidence that can prove me innocent?
I think I do, but because there is one piece of evidence I have to find a bit interesting. I think I'll need to carefully examine that piece of evidence again.
What is it? I need to look up this bread machine. Bread machine. Is it like a rice cooker? Like you just put the dough in? It looks like a rice cooker. What is this? Olive oil herb bread? Milk bread. Can you make Hawaiian rolls? I love Hawaiian rolls. Bread machine. This isn't necessarily what I'm talking about though. Today I had like these, they're like rolls. It's salt and butter rolls. Let me see if I can put a picture for you guys. Let me pull up the bakery. Bread menu. Oh, this looks so good. This looks so good. Okay, so here's the bread. This is an everything salt and butter, so it's just like a little roll. It looks like a little, it almost looks like a croissant, but it's like not a croissant. It's a roll, and inside it's like, I guess like butter and salt, and then on the outside, it's like everything bagel seasoning. And it's really, 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 really good. Salt and butter roll. Shiopan. Okay, it's Japanese. It's shiopan. Shiopan. How, this has to be easy to make, right? In Korean, it's sogumpang. Okay, that's a lot of reading. Maybe I'll watch a TikTok that'll explain how to do it later. Okay, so I think it might be this, right? Objection!
So the murder weapon was the knife with the butterfly design on it. But is that really the truth? What are you getting at? I'd like for you to take a look at this. There is blood on the blade, and yet there's not a speck of blood on the handle. This signifies that at the time of the crime, a different handle was attached to this blade. The knife that Kay was holding had its handle switched and was in fact not the real murder weapon.
It wasn't the real murder weapon?
This knife can be taken apart. Shall we give it a go? As you can see, the Babalese knife has now been disassembled into two parts. The killer must have pulled the murder weapon out of the victim's body and proceeded to swap the knife's original handle where this butterfly was. It was all to create the illusion that Mr. Kochin was killed with this butterfly-themed knife. This should clear up any and all suspicions surrounding Kay.
Your argument isn't airtight yet.
How so?
It's possible that the girl herself is the one who switched the handles.
Hold it! Don't be ridiculous. For what purpose would she do such a thing?
I don't care to know how a criminal thinks. The way they view the world is beyond the comprehension of a normal person like myself. Therefore, I wouldn't put anything past them, no matter how odd it may seem.
Objection! The truth is right there in front of you, and this knife will show you the way.
Why'd she act like she got possessed?
You will come to see that Kay is not and could not have been Mr. Kochin's killer. What is the mark on here? It's the mark of a flower. I assume you know what this means.
No, not really. Butterflies rest on flowers all the time to drink their sweet nectar.
And so they do. However, would this butterfly really drink the nectar of this flower? The answer is clearly not a chance! Now to prove the relationship between the butterfly and the flower with this!
Take that!
Eesh, you can't be serious.
It appears that you've made the connection. The flower on this blade is designed after a certain country's national symbol. That's right, the Kingdom of Alabast! In other words, this blade is from one of Alabast's ornamental knives! This part of the knife handle has Babal's national symbol of the butterfly on it. Therefore, it is undeniably Babalese in origin. But as we both know, you can't kill someone with just a knife handle. Incidentally, when exactly did the murder occur again in China?
After the fire had broken out.
That's right. Kay entered the Babalese embassy after the fire had taken place. Furthermore, she had not been to the Alabastian side of the building before that. On top of that, not a single person passed between the two countries during the fire. Which means that Kay could not have been transported an Alabastian object over here. That makes it impossible for her to be the true killer! Woo! Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth, sir! What a great victory! Huh? Hey, why is everyone so quiet? I'm happy we got this far and cleared Kay's name, but what worries me now is what will happen next.
Objection!
What's the meaning of this? An Alabastian knife? Here?
Do you mean, how did this find its way to the Republic of Babal? It didn't just find its way over. Rather, we should focus on how it was smuggled over.
You know what? My brain hurts thinking about it while we're standing around. Thinking while you're on the run? Now that's the way a real great thief operates.
Kay?
Oh, thanks a bunch, Mr. Edgeworth, for proving me innocent, I mean. You believed in me the whole time, right? Tell me you did.
Not really, but...
Come on, you don't have to be shy about it.
Hold it. Your argument is still not airtight.
Would you care to elaborate?
I understand now that the girl didn't commit the murder. However, there's still the possibility that she is the Yatagarasu.
That again? How many times do I have to explain it to you? I am the real Yatagarasu. I'm not like the fake one that goes around setting fires, okay?
Whether you're the real deal or a fake, it doesn't really matter. All I have to say is this. I have my suspicions that this girl is the one who started the fire.
Objection!
Preposterous! On what grounds do you suspect her of such a thing?
The fact that she calls herself the Yatagarasu. That in itself is the most elegant proof.
Mishina,
Yes?
I have no intention of taking back any of what I've said.
Hmm?
I am the great thief Yatagarasu. And I refuse to allow some imposter to claim that name as their own. The path of justice that my father pointed me towards, I will walk it the best that I can.
It's not good to be so stubborn. I hope you can understand that.
Thanks a lot for the concern, Mishina. Let me share something with you, too, as a token of my appreciation. Those sunglasses totally do nothing for you, so I'll steal them from you next time, okay?
She said if we were playing Infinity Nikki, I would remove those glasses from you immediately.
Well, guess I'd better get going. Going? To where? To the Kingdom of Alabast. If we don't go, we won't know for sure, right? I suppose not. We won't get anywhere simply by standing here thinking. To see where the Alabastian knife came from, we will have to pay the Alabastian embassy a visit. Let's go, Miles Edgeworth. As you are my subordinate, I will not tolerate you bringing the investigation to a halt.
Understood.
What I really like about these cases is that the through line of like everything that goes on is not too long, but the way that they love explaining things is so convoluted and like long-winded that like it just feels long. So it says we're in the middle of the case already. I've heard that this is supposed to be a long case, so I think what we'll do is we'll actually call it here for today, and then we'll do the middle section by itself as its own stream, and then the final section will be its own stream. So that way we have 3 separate streams in case it does get longer. It is a little bit of a shorter stream today, but for this case, the beginning, middle, and the last section are all different lengths. Okay, wait, so how is the middle case the same length, or is it like even longer? How would you say it goes? How would you say it goes? I'm gonna give myself a stretchy while Kiro's explaining. Beginning and middle combined are almost the same as the latter. Okay, you're less than 1/3 through. Okay, then yeah, we'll do 3 separate streams then. If the final part will need to be a longer stream, that's fine. We'll just see what we need to do about that. But I think we'll go ahead and call it for today because I do need to go get my car fixed and repaired if I need to. So let's go ahead. We saved our game. Let's save one more time just in case. And then that way we can spend next week with Lang. Yay! Wait, let me just see Lang. Let's see Lang before we finish off. Yay! Okay. Oh. But yeah, we'll go ahead and call it for today, just because I am also feeling a little bit tired too. But let's go ahead and... Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys had a good time playing Ace Attorney like I always do. And yeah, if you guys are new here and want to keep up on all the socials, please feel free to join us on Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Blue Sky at Atelier Kieran. If you guys want to join the Discord, the link is available down there. Anyone's welcome to join as long as you guys are over the age of 18, but you guys need to be an adult if you're watching my stream. Or else. I'm gonna go run some errands later on. I might have time in the evening. Honestly, I might, if I'm feeling it, maybe we'll do another stream in the evening. Maybe we can do some Final Fantasy 14 maps. Maybe we can play some Infinity Nikki. I don't really know. But if I do have time in the evening, let's hang out. Let's do something. If not, I'll get the schedule up and ready sometime soon. Today. Honestly, probably soon. I just got to confirm one thing and make sure the bat is still on the table. And then after that, the schedule will be on Twitter, Blue Sky, and our Discord server. But yeah. I now can't play this game unless you're voice acting the characters. I think what's so fun about this game is that because it isn't voiced, like you're able to give the characters voices yourself, right? It's really fun. I love it a lot. But anyways, yeah, I mean, I'd love to see what you guys do too if you guys ever play this game yourself. But anyways, we are gonna go ahead and raid out into my friend Tikoyaki, who's currently doing some 3D modeling. He's an artist. He's really, really, really awesome. He works in video games as well. So if you guys can, let's give him some love. Let's give him some hiya hey heys. If you have access to the emotes, send him some blankies as well. He's a really, really, really sweet guy. And I haven't rated him in a while, so let's go ahead and do that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Please make sure to take care of yourselves. I may or may not see you guys tonight. If not, I'll see you guys sometime this week. But until then, I love you guys. Otsu Kieran! Bye-bye! Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye!